Yo, what is going on, y'all? Long time no see. Okay, long time no see. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? How's everybody, how you getting acquainted with life? Listen, we're gonna talk about taking it one step at a time. Okay? Take one step at a time. Try your absolute best to not psych yourself out of your position or move according to someone else's playbook. You got to take shit one step at a time. Most of the time, let's just be real, let's call a spade a spade. A lot of us don't know what we're doing. And I'm part of that us. This is not me trying to distance myself or seem like I know some shit that you don't know. I got my first crib, y'all. I got my first crib ever, as you can see. If you see my older videos, I usually have like a blue wall behind me and like posters or whatever the case may be. All that's gone right now. Right now, fresh start. And man, it's like there's so much I want to tell y'all, but it's also like I gotta package it the right way. You know what I mean? I will say this. You're probably at a point in life right now where just by the title of the video, you may be curious as far as like, okay, well, what is he gonna talk about? What does that mean? Taking one step at a time. Is that like something that I really need to hear? Is he saying something kind of, generic and played out? Like, where's the angling? The angle I want you to take a look, or the perspective that I encourage you to take a look through, is the perspective of you as a child when you first figured out that passions existed. Even if you didn't know it was a passion, even if you didn't know it was like a hobby or something that people did, when you just enjoyed doing things. You do something on that first day, and then you would see yourself learn how to build on that second, third, fourth, fifth day. I'm gonna give you an example. My first gaming console was a Game Boy SP, or maybe a Game Boy Advance. Whatever the like PS Vita-ish Game Boy was, like I had a purple one. And then I had the square flip Game Boys. So that's a Game Boy SP, I think. I don't remember the exact titling. Anyways, then I got a GameCube, and I got a PlayStation. When I had my GameCube during those times, and even really my Game Boys, I never ever really beat a game through completion. There was always some part of the level that as a kid I just couldn't get through. There was always a level or a certain part of a level that my mind was just not fixated on following like the linear path of where they wanted you to go to progress the storyline. I would just be doing whatever the fuck, like trying to make this open world, and it's not open world. Especially back then, nah, there was no open world. So I say that to say it didn't stop me from playing video games, but through like the progress of my life, as I got older, obviously things made more sense. But just getting that foundation of enjoying video games, I just had to like step into it. You know what I'm saying? Something that simple. For example, my girlfriend right now, she never grew up on video games. She's not from America. She never played video games as a kid. And since she's met me, I've kind of got her to like open up to it. So she's played some games, she's done some things. But the biggest thing that I cannot get her to do, y'all, is like she can't play a first person shooter. She can't really play a sports game because she doesn't know how to use the analog sticks. She doesn't know how to use the analog sticks properly. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I get on here and I'm just like, all right, bet. Doing whatever. For her, it's like I can only look up when I'm not moving and move when I'm not looking. You get what I'm saying? But it's like building blocks. It's not her age, it's not who she is, it's not her brain. It's just legitimately she's never had to do that before. How often are you forcing yourself into something that you need to do? Real shit. Like, be for real with me. Like, how often are you forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do? The thing about parents, y'all, and if we're just being real, the thing about parents is like, parents are always going to tell you to take the safe route because the safe route is what they would want for their child. They don't want you to take the route that only 2% of people succeed in. And then you're looking at them like, why would you sign me up for that? Why would you make me do something where you knew I wasn't going to succeed? Right? So parents encourage you to, depending on how healthy y'all's relationship is, parents might say, okay, stay at home until this time. Okay, choose a career in this path. Okay, abandon whatever, aspirations you might have to do this and just do something a little safer. Get a job here, work here, do this. We get caught in between them. Depending on what your relationship is, you get caught either this is your parents and this is you. You get caught, depending on the relationship, somewhere in the middle. Most of us start off on one end and end up on either slightly off that path, like slightly off, maybe like somewhere in the middle, or just a little variation of their parents. So if they started off here, they're probably gonna end up right here. In extreme situations, a lot of us, depending on how we grew up, what the circumstances were, you go from hot to cold. You go from 1 to 100. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, there's so much I want to tell y'all, man. I love y'all. I don't even know y'all and I love y'all. I really do. I really do, because I think that as much negativity as I can get from releasing a YouTube video or doing anything that brings me kind of, I don't want to say creative. Yeah, let's do that. Let's say that. Anything that brings me kind of like creative fuel could draw in negative feedback or negative responses or negative anything. But my thought process going into it, my intentionality behind it, my intentions behind it are always pure. Like always just me trying to give back to the world that has given to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not special, I'm not different, I'm not super more interesting than everybody else. I'm just trying to figure this shit out. So I just wanted to get on here and share it with y'all. Take it one step at a time. No matter what it is you're going through in life, no matter what it is you're facing, if you don't get uncomfortable, you will not grow. There isn't much growth where you're comfortable because you don't really have a reason. Just think about it logically. If you were already in heaven, right? Let's say you're in heaven. What reason do you have to leave the gates? If you feel like your position in life is where you're supposed to be, then you're fine. You know what I mean? If you think that that's where you're like where you're at right now is where you want to end up being, you're fine. You've done it. You don't need to worry about 9,000 other things. Just take care of you. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you feel like there's things out there you have to grab, if you're the oldest child, if you're the second oldest and the oldest is kind of fucking up or already fucked up and now everything's relying on you, getting mom's that house that you dreamed of is on you, getting dad that away from work into his own space, his own business, maybe just retiring him, that's on you. Grandma, grandpa, sister, brother, boyfriend, daughter, child, son, whatever. Like you, uncle, aunt, you got to start thinking like, who's going to take care of that if not you? And why can't you be the person to do it for your family? Why can't you be the person to do it for your generation? You know you're capable. You just are scared. I'm scared. I'm scared every day, y'all. I'm scared every single day. I'm not lying to you. Like scared. Like something's scaring me every day. The brilliance behind that though is that I know I had to conquer the same fear yesterday. So if I conquered the same fear yesterday to get here today, why the fuck can't I do it today to get to tomorrow? Take it in stride. Carry your wins with pride. Carry your losses with pride. Never run. Never run. Face it today. Reflect on it tomorrow. Make better changes for the next week, the next month, the next year. Grow from there. You know what I'm saying? You're never too far removed. You're never too far removed from victory. Even if it feels like it's 1,000 kilometers away, the way this life works, God can have you there in an instant. 1,000 kilometers you can travel in an instant. You don't set the rules. You think you have it all up here. You don't set the rules. You just got to play the game. The rules are already set. You don't set them. Your mind is not dictating anything. Your success, your future. Take care of it. Peace, y'all.